guys, welcome back to the Jaded channel. Earlier this year, I did a video where I gave my opinion on every single dress that Charlotte Lucas wore in the 2005 version of Pride and Prejudice. And today we're going to be looking at every single outfit Caroline Bingley wore in the 2005 Pride and Prejudice. The first time we see Caroline in this movie, she is at the Merton Ball and she's wearing this white dress. Caroline is also wearing gloves, which were a common accessory for this time period. I don't really like this dress, but it does appear to be influenced by the Empire Regency time period. So this was a white dress with a high Empire waist, pretty low neck, and while compared to the Bennet's dresses, it looks out of place. They actually did have dresses that looked sort of like this back then. For example, this picture I found in my fashion history book, having a dress like this was not unheard of. Maybe it would look less like underclothes if it had the bigger sleeves that this lady in the book seems to have. One thing that's interesting about Caroline's outfits is that they actually seem to be more time period accurate than other characters in the movie. I don't really like any of the dresses Caroline wears in the film. I wouldn't want to wear any of them myself, but I do think that they do a good job of portraying her character, and I do think that it's pretty easy to figure out how they're inspired by the Empire time period. You gotta remember, the Bingleys were not landed gentry or whatever. They didn't have their own estate. They have money, but it was made by trade, so Caroline has to sort of fake it till you make it. I don't know if that's quite what it is, but she has to make sure that she looks the part of a fashionable rich person, probably even to try to find someone good to marry. So the second time we see Caroline in the movie, she is wearing this red dress while Elizabeth is visiting Jane, who is sick at Netherfield. It is another Empire waist dress showing, I guess, how Caroline is into fashion and whatever's popular at the time. I don't really like the red dress either. I don't like the low neck of it, but it is a pretty color. I like the red, and it's shiny.
Shiny, I will sparkle like a wealthy woman's neck. Just a sec, don't you know?
It seems a little bit fancy to be just wearing at home, but I guess they did have Jane as a guest, even though she's basically just sick in bed. Maybe she's just trying to impress Darcy with this really shiny red dress. So I like the color, but I would like this dress better if it was more like dress number 3. Now this dress is also a really nice color. I like the sea green color. I like the white with it. It's really pretty. The whole thing sort of reminds me of like a mermaid sort of vibe. This is probably my favorite of Caroline's dresses because I like the white and the green. It's a pretty color. I like that the neckline is slightly higher than her other dresses. From what I read in the fashion history book I have, this type of dress appears to be inspired by a common type of dress for this era. So in my fashion history book, I noticed this description. It says, dresses open at the front to display an elaborate decorated petticoat, which was not an undergarment, but a visible underskirt. This type of dress was often worn as evening wear. You can see that the white skirt underneath is not actually sewed directly to the green, but the green and the white are actually separate. So I think that this dress is probably inspired by the thing I found in the fashion book. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not a fashion historian, but it looks like it to me. Overall, this would have to be my favorite of Caroline's dresses. I like the color, and of her styles of dresses, it's my favorite. So let's go on to the last dress. So the fourth dress we see Caroline wear is the dress she wears at the Netherfield ball. It's sort of an ivory off-white satin gown. Again, it's a high Empire waist. It has sort of spaghetti straps, which is kind of weird. And again, she's wearing gloves. This is my least favorite of Caroline's outfits. I'm not saying it wasn't inspired by the time period. I'm just saying I don't really like it. To me, it just sort of looks more like a modern formal dress. In context of other characters' clothes, both of her ball dresses just sort of look like underclothes to me. The fifth and last outfit we see Caroline in is her red dress underneath a black velvet coat. She's also wearing some sort of hat with a lot of feathers on it, or like a huge feather, I don't know. The hat seems to be some sort of turban decorated with feathers. I can't really tell what type of coat it is. It could be a spencer, which is popular for the time period, which would make sense with her Empire waist dresses, or it could also be a longer coat, or pelisse. I think that's how you say it. And a pelisse is basically just a coat. It probably would have been an Empire waist cut coat, since all of her dresses were Empire waist. I'm kind of leaning towards it being a spencer, but it's really hard to tell in this picture because we really can't see. I like the velvet coat, okay? You really can't see that much of it to like have an opinion on it either way. The feathery hat's kind of silly. So anyways, that is every single outfit that Caroline Bingley wears in the 2005 version of Pride and Prejudice. Thanks for watching. If you want, you can like and subscribe. Comment which one of Caroline's outfits you like best,